Welcome back, Lotus Family, to our channel where we talk about everything to do with educational support. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about the 5 habits of a straight A student. Let's jump straight to it. In this episode, we are going to go through how I became a straight A student back in high school and in university by just following these 5 rules. And now I am sharing my 5 rules with you. If you take my advice, then you're one step closer to becoming the straight A student you have always wanted to be. I know that you may be feeling a little overwhelmed because I am always suggesting you to change your habits as a student, but rest assured, you don't have to start practicing all these habits at once. That would be impossible. I am asking you to start with one tiny change. Focus on one rule at a time and stick with it until it becomes a habit. It took me more than 4 years to learn these rules, so do not rush the process. Alright then, let's get started. Rule number 1. Always have a plan. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean always keep track of key dates for tests, exams, and project submission deadlines. You can enter these dates into a physical or digital calendar, which you should always check at least once a day. If you choose to use a physical calendar, I recommend that you get a management diary. If you choose to use a digital calendar, I recommend Google Calendar. Personally, I use Google Calendar. You always have to make a note of your commitments for the coming week. This may be your extracurricular activities, your family gatherings, your extra classes. I suggest you put on everything you plan on doing on that timetable. Rule number 2, be organized. Have you ever had trouble finding your notes or assignments when you needed them? You probably ended up wasting precious time looking for them before you finally asked to borrow them from a friend. Well, that is a bad habit. Get organized. It is easier said than done. Yes, I know. Since this is not so easy to do, I just suggest you focus on these 2 key areas. Number 1, get an accordion folder which you will take to school with you every single day. What you have to do is assign one section in the folder for each of your subjects. Include a section for all your incomplete work and all your homework that you have to do. This is where you will place all of your incoming notes and assignments as you receive
Another thing you
them.
can do is get a large binder for all of your subjects. Leave these binders at home and you will keep all of your previous notes for the work you have done in them. This is a simple system that takes about 15 minutes a week to implement, but it will save you many hours in the long run.
Rule number 3, take care of your physical health. Most students I work with complain that they're constantly tired and sleep deprived. They can't focus in class, they daydream, they lack energy and enthusiasm. They frequently fall sick. Is it possible to be a straight A student when you're in this kind of physical state? Well, no. Physical health is the foundation of academic excellence. To be a straight A student, you need to take care of your body. Number 1, you need to sleep. 8 hours of sleep a night is ideal. If you're sleeping 4, 5, or 6 hours a night, then there's a big problem. You need to dedicate more time for sleeping because that's the way your body repairs and energizes itself. But it is not just how much you sleep that matters. How well you sleep matters too. You can improve your sleep by making your bedroom as dark as possible at night. Put a blackout curtain and remove all of your light sources. You can also turn off all of your electric devices in your bedroom before you go to sleep. If you need to keep your phone on, then I suggest that you put it on airplane mode. That way you will minimize the cell phone radiation you're exposed to when you sleep. Number 2 is all about food, and it's the usual advice. Eat regular meals, drink 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, don't overeat more than once a week, restrict your intake of processed foods, eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, don't drink sugary drinks. The last one is about exercise, and it's nothing you haven't heard before. Exercise at least 3 times a week for at least 30 to 45 minutes each time. I suggest you sign up for doing sports at school. This way you will keep active and healthy. Rule number 4, set up a distraction-free study area. Here are some practical things you can do to make your study sessions as fruitful as possible. Number 1, you have to turn off your phone. Number 2, keep a clutter-free study area. Number 3, work in 30 to 45 minute blocks.
time your study sessions to help you stay focused. Rule number 5 is to clarify all of your doubts. Many students tend to leave unanswered questions just before the exam. This leads to panic and anxiety, a combination that doesn't result in optimum exam performance. The alternative is simple: ask questions. If you don't understand a concept, ask your teacher to explain it again. If you feel shy about raising your hand during class, then approach your teacher after class. Yes, if you do this consistently, your classmates may label you as a teacher's pet, but there's always a price to pay when you pursue excellence. Accept this fact and move on. Another important thing is for you to go to class every single day. Yes, your teacher might be boring, or they may tell lame jokes. Yes, they might speak in monotone, but nonetheless, they'll highlight the important areas to focus on, which will save you time and effort down the line. Furthermore, you'll probably find it easier to make sense of your teacher's explanation than to figure things out on your own. Borrowing your classmates' notes isn't a substitute for attending class. And that's it on this week's episode from Lotus Tutors. Catch us next week for yet again another exciting topic.